Welcome to the Heart of Giving. Today we have two outstanding segments. You will be surprised at both of them. The intent, the people involved, the things that they're doing to change our city and help our citizens. The first group is really kind of surprising. And we've had quite a few groups. We've been doing this now for over a year. And we've never had a group that was all men. Now, men have been involved through all of them, but not one that was all men. And I'm really pleased today to have Team 100 with us. And we have Tim and Tom. Tim McBride is the president of the board, and Tom Bennett is the vice president of the board. Now, you're kind of new, and so you've got to tell us, what is Team 100? Start with you.
Well, in a nutshell, Team 100 is 100 Long Beach men that got together about 3 years ago to try to make a difference in our city. We recognized, we'd seen some statistics that were shocking to us, that about 70% of the students in Long Beach Unified School District are living at or below the poverty level. And they're getting free meals during the week, but they're apparently not eating much on the weekends, and they're coming to school hungry on Mondays. And so we decided, gosh, why not get some guys together and try to make a difference in our own community? And we decided, there's lots of organizations in the city that are, primarily nonprofit-wise women-based, or
that's right.
And so we thought, why not be a little bit different? We'll make it different, get some guys together, and try to help our city become a little better.
I love it. I just love it. So you started in with an idea that you were going to make it better, and how did you choose what you were going to do?
Well, the original formation was, the founder of this idea is a Long Beach guy named Jim Grubbs, and John Shad and I got together, and what we decided to do was what I just mentioned, and we reached out and we effectively found 17 other guys to be part of the board, and we all brought in 4 more friends, and so we went from 20 to 100. And we all pay $150 a month to be part of the, $150 a year to be as our annual donation.
I was going to say 100 a month. Okay.
And we throw a big annual party, and we raise some money. And effectively, what we do is we provide bags of food to schools, 15 bags per week per school, and those bags are then handed out confidentially to the families that the principals or the teachers feel that week are in the most need. So it's different families often each week.
And so where do you get your food? Let's start with that.
Well, through our fundraisers,
okay,
and through our donations, we're able to raise over $100,000 a year.
Okay.
And with that money, and through food drives, food is purchased and or donated, and they're put into bags and distributed.
And who gets it and who puts it in their bags?
So there's an organization called the Volunteer Center,
okay,
that works that logistics of putting the food in the bags and delivering them to the schools each week.
And there are how many schools that you work with?
Our first year was 3 years ago, and we had one school, the International Elementary School in downtown Long Beach, where about 98% of the school is living at or below the poverty line. And then we expanded to 5 schools in year 2, and we just completed our 3rd year, and we did 7 schools this year. So it's 7 schools, 15 bags a school. There's each bag feeds a family of 5 for the weekend, right? So it's about 6 meals per bag. There's 15 bags. There's 7 schools. There's about 38 weeks or so in a school year. So we're either supplementing or providing approximately 100,000 meals per year through the Long Beach Unified School District.
And you notify the families, and the families come and pick up the food?
We don't have anything to do with that. The bags are delivered to the school, and so very discreetly, the staff and the principal decide who's going to get them.
I see.
We've heard some just wonderful stories from the the families
like
and from
what?
the school. Well, like for example, we sometimes ourselves go out to the schools to be part of the delivery and to kind of taste and touch and feel, if you will, what we're doing. And we have sometimes teachers come up to us with tears in their eyes, telling us that they say you think you're providing food, and you are, and you're making a difference, but you don't understand that what you guys are doing is you're improving the educational system. They said, some moms or dads are coming to us saying, without that, you caught us at a really low point, and I didn't know what I was going to do, and you got me through, and you made me realize the whole city of Long Beach cares about us, and allows us to kind of fight
Wonderful, yeah.
You know, just wonderful stories like that. And they're saying things like, you know, not only are you helping feed people, but maybe more excitingly, we're seeing that the kids' grades are going up. We're seeing that graffiti around the school is going down because you're helping us build a community. We're seeing that parent participation in the classrooms is going up. And so at a point when a lot of these families sometimes feel at their low point and they're just struggling to pay the bills and try to get a job or try to put food on the table, et cetera. Instead, they're saying, hey, if they're going to reach out to me, I'm going to give back. And now they're getting involved in their kids' education rather than too shy to do so.
That's
so
great.
It's really improving the educational process.
And the kids are better on Monday morning.
That's right.
They're ready to learn more.
It's hard to learn when you're hungry.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now you're the president of the board, and you're the vice president, Tom.
Correct.
Now, what do you do?
I follow his lead.
Well, that's good. That's good.
You know, anything that needs to be done, pretty much. I'm a big part of our big party that we have every year called the Blue Martini Ball. That's our annual fundraiser that we do, and getting that organized and the logistics of it, and you know, it's a big part of being a part of our organization, and it's a lot of fun. It's the best party in Long Beach. Get about 1,200 people we had last month, and raised about $100,000 this year, which was a record fundraiser for us. And it just allows us to feed more kids, and everybody loves our party.
I hope I'm not indiscreet to ask, how did you get the name Blue Martini?
Well, that would be...
I could speak to that. There's one of the things that we tried to do as a model is there's a group out of Dallas, Texas called the Margarita Society. And they're a bunch of guys that are doing a great service in their community in terms of charitable work. And they throw an annual party every year called the Margarita Ball. So we kind of just used that as a reference point, try to come up with a different name. And, you know, we bandied around some different alternatives, but somehow we came up with the Blue Martini Ball. So as Tom mentioned, we have a big party every year. We had about 1,200 people. And,
wow.
And everybody that walks in the door gets a Blue Martini as part of your entry gift.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, I'll have to admit that I didn't know what it was, and that there was going to be a big Blue Martini gathering or party, you know, and well, what's that? You know, I didn't know that that was any group in town, but finally we're hearing this wonderful things you're raising money for.
It's a big party. It's a catchy phrase. We wanted to have something that was kind of out there and catchy and different and interesting. And it's the city's biggest kind of formal party. 1,200 people showing up in suits and tuxes.
Was this at the convention center?
We had it at the Long Beach Renaissance this year. The first 2 years we had it at the Yacht Club, Long Beach Yacht Club, and this year we had it at the Renaissance and the adjacent promenade. So, I mean, it really is a big party. We had 3 bands playing outside. We had a DJ inside. We had aerialists performing in the air. We had a magician and tarot card readers and casino going on with roulette and craps and blackjack. I mean, it was a big fun party.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, and there's the great thing about the party, it's very affordable. It's $50 a ticket to get in. It is an invite only, so, you know, that's part of the allure of the party. You have to wear something blue, and you have to bring a 5-pound bag of rice, just a part of giving to...
So you end up with 1,000 bags of rice.
A lot of rice.
We ended up with a couple tons of rice, right? So it's outstanding, and that rice, of course, just goes into the bags. You know, these bags of food are important to these families. You know, at the end of the day, you know, our concept is we're having fun, and we're trying to make a difference in the community. So it's about getting the food into the... So, you know, in a bag of food would be rice and beans, it'd be canned fruit, canned vegetables, you know, whatever it takes to help them kind of get through the weekend.
Do you have other projects that you do, other gatherings?
So our first 3 years was just the Blue Martini Ball. We're getting ready to announce and launch, and we can do it right here on your program.
Oh my.
Our second fundraiser of the year, which is the Pedal at the Shore, and it's going to be a stationary bike race down at 2nd Street, right on the bay, and it's going to be out on Bayshore Drive, and we're going to get 100 stationary bikes and pedaling in the sun and having fun with some DJ kind of rocking it, and some Long Beach's finest spin masters leading the way, and we're going to have our second fundraiser and look forward to having some fun.
And your members are probably going to be on the bicycles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As well as some of Long Beach's you know, residents that want to help make a difference.
That's marvelous. Well, I love it. And the things that you're doing are fun for you, but you know what's happening with the money that you're raising.
Right.
That's marvelous.
Absolutely.
And you know, so many of the organizations in the city have been started by local residents. You know, sometimes other groups from other cities come into town and start here. But for the groups that seem to last and to have the feeling of the city of Long Beach, it's started by people in the city and people that were had a goal and wanted to do something, and that's what you guys have done. You decided that you wanted to do something for the city, and where's the need? And you found a need that really is a need, and I commend you for it.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Go ahead.
No, and you know, part of the whole idea of this feeding the kids and making sure that they're coming back nourished and learning is then they're going to give back when they're older and, you know, get educated and come back to the community that took care of them to do the same thing that we're doing. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Well, I think that you guys are probably more involved in making it work through enjoyment of yourself too, and enjoyment for the people that you're bringing in. And people are probably looking forward to the next one because
Absolutely.
the last one they enjoyed
Right.
so much.
You know, it's interesting you point that out because that was an important part of our establishing Team 100 is that when you get a group of people together that are having fun and for the right cause, that can build a long time lasting legacy. And you're highlighting the same thing.
Yeah, and
it's not a lot of work, it's a lot of fun.
And you're also bringing people together that probably didn't know each other, and all of a sudden they have new friends in the city themselves.
Right.
And they're enjoying working with them.
Right. And talking about, you know, a lasting event, one of the things that, you know, Chris Steinhauser told us, he's the superintendent of Long Beach Schools, is he says, you know, take it easy, grow slowly, because you guys are really making a difference. You're
Yeah.
making it easier for us to make a difference
That's great.
as teachers. And so we want you to be here in 10 or 20 years. Don't
That's
burn
great.
out.
Well, I thank you very much. This has been delightful. It's really interesting to find out that we have groups of men that have banded together and enjoying themselves as well as meeting such a great need. So thank you very much.
Very
Tim,
good. Glad to
Tom,
be here. Thank you.
Delighted to have you with us. And thank you very much. And now be sure and stay because the next segment is really special also.